Hey everyone, it's John here from Hot Take Hockey, back with another video, and today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be more about the culture side of hockey, and Akim Aliu, he released an article, and I'm sure most of you have seen it. It was titled, "Hockey is Not for Everyone," and I'm going to say right off the bat, if you do want to check out the article, which I would highly recommend, I'm going to put it in the description, so I'll put that link down below. Take 10 minutes out of your day, read the article. I think it gives a lot of insight, and I just want to say I think the article has a lot of validity. I think overall Akim Aliu talks about some serious struggles and emotions and encounters that were, if you have any human decency or any empathy at all, you realize they're really crappy situations. No one should have to go through that. The whole of the article talks about the problem in hockey culture and racism in hockey culture. I have some notes I just kind of want to go. I think Akim Aliu's ultimate kind of goal or perspective for the article was, to wake people up for one, to have some recognition and ownership for people, because, he did literally call out people by name, and to take a step for more change. I think for me, which is really concerning, I think the response on Twitter, which had a lot of positive, also had a lot of negative for different perspectives. Like, if it doesn't align or paint that perfect picture for someone, and it doesn't align with their beliefs, it's like an immediate attack, it's an immediate belittling, it's an immediate toxic response. And honestly, when people ask me, I usually don't recommend Twitter to people. I only use Twitter for just the access and just how easy it is to get to hockey news and sports news. I think overall for Twitter, it has become so toxic. Hockey Twitter has become insanely toxic. I do think for this channel, and obviously I welcome a whole bunch of new subscribers, I welcome a whole bunch of new people. I try to keep a good community here. If I see anyone being toxic, you know what, I'm a nice guy and I'm a reasonable guy. I'll give people a second chance, and I do believe people deserve a second chance. When it comes down to racism, when it comes down to mental health, when it comes down to just acceptance into a sport that should be accepting everyone, I think it's disgraceful. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting when I see certain stuff. Keandre Miller and Akim Aliu talked about it in his article. When the Rangers open up a Q&A with one of their rising young prospects, Keandre Miller, a Q&A on Zoom, and they open up the link for fans to join, and someone spams the N-word at Keandre Miller. That's absolutely disgusting. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting. It doesn't belong in the game of hockey. It doesn't belong anywhere. And I do think that Akim Aliu wrote that article to, like I said, to eliminate racism in hockey, but to also eliminate the toxic behavior, eliminate people treating people like crap. And then right after that article, people read that article and then go point fingers. They start pointing fingers at everyone. I had a video planned, and this is where I shouldn't be nervous or feel somewhat of guilt. I shouldn't, because honestly, I know my intentions are good here. And I planned a video with an Islanders fan, and I'm still going to release the video because it was a very positive, she's very down to earth, it tells a good story. And you know what, anyone can have their opinions about Robin Lehner. You're allowed to look at racism and the lack of mental health and struggle and see it as two separate issues. One of them doesn't have to overshadow the other. It's ridiculous. Obviously, that message and that article was centered around racism and toxic behavior in the sport of hockey. And I just want to make it clear, just because there was other messages doesn't mean that they overshadow. Everyone wants to go in full attack mode when things don't align in their perfect image of something. Why don't we just make change, and why don't we just make things better? Akim Aliu wrote that article to stop toxic behavior, to stop having people attack each other and eliminate racism. People read that article and then go ahead and then start attacking other people. Stephen Johns was actually the first NHL player, and he did it today as I make this video, that actually quoted the tweet. And you know what? There was a positive response. He did something so simple that there was a positive response. But a guy like Bob McKenzie promotes it. He has 1.6 million followers on Twitter. He promotes it and uses interesting in his description of the article, which for me, I wouldn't think twice about that. But some people decided to attack Bob McKenzie for literally promoting. This is what I talk about. He promoted the article. 1.6 million followers, and he quoted the tweet and promoted it. So I guess my point of the video is this focus should be on Akim Aliu's article and what's next, the next steps, what we should focus on, how do we get it better, not turning the attention on others and getting dirty. For me, the Taylor Hall and Robin Lehner tweets didn't overshadow any of Akim Aliu's points or his article or his stories. It didn't overshadow any of that until people decided that it did. I'm tired of the hypocrisy. Honestly, I'm absolutely tired of it. I've been close to deactivating Twitter. I've been very inactive on Twitter. And you know what? People ask me when I'm going to start being active again, and that time might come soon. That time might come back when hockey comes back, if it does come back. But the whole point is, it is so toxic, and people are so toxic. They can go on Twitter, say whatever they want, attack people. I'm tired of it, because I know for a fact, if that person was in front of your face, you would not be saying that. You would absolutely not be saying that unless they were severely in the wrong. People feel so free to say what they want on Twitter, no matter how negative it is. They can say, go F yourself, go die. Like, they'll say, go die. They'll say insane stuff like that over Twitter. The people that do it the most are the accounts that don't have their name attached. If they don't have their name attached to a Twitter, and it's just like a fan club, a Twitter account of a player or just a random name, freedom to say whatever they want, and they have no guilt, they have no repercussions, because, man, they feel they can attack. I was going through the tweets, and if you think Robin Lehner was in the wrong, you still think that it's okay that hundreds of people started attacking him, sending him death threats? That's okay to you? You think that's okay to you? Sending death threats to two players because they sent a tweet on the same day? Subtweeting, that people are reaching for, like, people are grasping for straws at that point. But if you want to say the timing was bad, that deserves death threats. We're trying to eliminate racism, or we're trying to eliminate certain things out of the game. But in other aspects, we can just treat people like shit. Like I said, I have that video planned for Leonard. I shouldn't feel held back on what I want to say on this channel. This channel's for you guys as much as it's for me, but I shouldn't have to feel like I need to hold back on this channel. I feel like I come from a good heart, and I feel like, you know what? I know my hockey, and I have something to say. I think this is kind of how my feeling about it is. We need to make hockey culture better. Akim Aliu's article, for me, was really powering. You can disagree with some of it. Again, you can disagree with the player of Akim Aliu, that he just wasn't as skilled. He didn't really deserve a full NHL spot. You can disagree with certain aspects of, you know what, calling all of hockey racist. One of his quotes was like, for every vocal racist, there's like 1,000 silent ones. You know what? How can you disagree with that? There's so many that are in silent that hold back, where a lot of people just do it behind, like I said, a Twitter account or just a different social media outlet because they feel more comfortable. 2020 has been kind of insane. And Brendan Levsick just happened, so there's been a lot. I think the conversation needs to start happening more, and obviously I think NHL players need to get involved, but I mean, a lot of people have brought it up. Like, there's repercussions sometimes to speaking up. I will say this to kind of end the video. I do think everyone just needs to, like, have a little respect. Like, those death threats on Robin Lehner, how is it making those people any better? If they think Robin Lehner did anything wrong, which I think, you know what, the timing, again, was maybe poor. But outside of that, how can you look at that tweet and think it was a subtweet, and that he was directing it at Akim Aliu? How is that a subtweet at Akim Aliu? People are grasping at straws, man. And again, this isn't taking away from anything Akim Aliu said. People are deciding that it overshadowed Akim Aliu. If Akim Aliu has spoken up, if he felt, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe he will speak up about it, but if he felt that strongly that someone was subtweeting him and someone was, like, attacking him, it wasn't an attack. Timing might have been poor, but it wasn't an attack. People are always looking for someone else to attack. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm going to release other videos. That Robin Lehner video is going to come out. I had a really good interview, and I'll say it was Isles girl, really down to earth, really good conversation with her, and you know what? It was just weird timing, because that video I've had planned for like a month. I've been talking with her for a few weeks, and it was just really weird timing that literally after we make that video, everything happens. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you are new. Smash that like button. And yeah, if you disagree or agree with me, just leave your comments. Be respectful, you know? That's all I ask. I'll literally listen to your point. I'll reply to you. If you want to be toxic, you're not going to be here. That's just it. You can be toxic on Twitter, because that's where I'm going to stay away from sometimes. You can be toxic on Twitter. You can be toxic in the Facebook comments. We're just going to try to avoid you in hockey, and hopefully you can either be better or see you later, because that's my thoughts. So hope you have a good day. Stay safe. This was John from RPO Bay Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.